Find the value of t minus s from the relations 4s minus t plus 1 equal to 0 and 2t minus 5s plus 1 equal to 0. Now these are two given equations, and if we can solve them, we first have to find the value of t and also find the value of s in these given equations. Okay, when we are done, then we subtract the value of s from the value of t. I hope you get me. Now let's solve it. So we are given 4s minus t plus 1 equal to 0, and we are also given 2t minus 5s plus 1 equal to 0. Now we can rearrange this, okay, so that it will be simple for us. We can rearrange it as 4s minus t equal to, then we send the positive 1 to the other side, okay. So it becomes what? Negative. Let's take this as our equation 1. Now we are coming to this equation. We can rearrange it, bringing the negative 5s first. Okay, so we have negative 5s followed by the positive 2t equal to, now we are sending the positive 1 to the other side. So it becomes what? Negative. This one as our equation 2. So you see that we have been able to rearrange it in such a way that those having the same variables are in line. Okay, good. Now that we've reached here, before we can find s or t, we have various ways of doing it. We can use the substitution method, we can use the graphing method, we can use the elimination method to solve for t and then s in these two given equations. So you are the one going to decide as to which one you want to use. Now let's take it as we want to use the elimination method. If we can use the elimination method, what we have to do is that we have to decide on the variable that we want to eliminate or the variable that we want to take off. Okay, then we make sure that the coefficient of that particular variable are either the same or exact opposite in the two equations. So let's take it as we want to eliminate s in these two equations. Okay, we have to make sure that the coefficient of this s in these two equations, we mean the numbers multiplying the s in these two equations, are either the same or exact opposite, right? By either the same, it means if here is 4, here should be 4. By exact opposite, it means that here can be negative 4, here can be positive 4. Okay, now we want to take off s. So we have 4 multiplying the s here, we have negative 5 multiplying s here. So what you're going to do is that since we want to take off the s, then we multiply this first equation by the number multiplying the s in this equation. Okay, then when we come to this equation, we multiply this equation by the number multiplying the s in this first equation, so that we can get the same or exact opposite values which are multiplying the s. So now let's take the first equation, equation 1, multiplying negative 5. Now that one will be what? You multiply 4 by negative 5, you get what? Negative 20, right? Now negative t multiplying 5. So negative multiplying negative is what? Positive. So we have positive here. 5 multiplying t is what? 5t equal to negative 1 multiplying negative 5 will be what? Positive 5. So let's take this as equation 3. We come to equation 2, multiplying the number multiplying the s in the equation 1 is what? 4. So we take 4 and then we multiply it by the equation 2. Okay, now 4 multiplying negative 5s will give us what? Negative 20s, right? Followed by 4 multiplying 2t will be what? Positive 8t equal to 4 multiplying negative 1 will be what? Negative 4. So let's take this as equation 4. Now you see that 20s, we have negative 20s and then we have negative 20s here, right? They are the same values multiplying x in the two equations. And then we have 5t, 8t, 5 and then negative 4. Now we still want to eliminate the s. and you see that the coefficient of s in the two equations are the same. This is -20, this is -20, they are the same. So what the rule says is that if the coefficient of the value you want to eliminate from the two equations are the same, then you subtract. Okay, but if they are not the same, if they are exact opposite, then you add. In this case, they are the same, so we subtract. So what we're going to do is we can subtract equation 4 from equation 3, right? So we take equation 4, we subtract it from equation 3. Okay, so from equation 3, we have -20s minus 20x. Do you get it? It will be like this. -20s minus then minus 20s. Now since negative and negative meet, they turns to positive. Now it becomes -20s plus 20x, and that would be what? 0, right? So it means we won't get any value for the s. Now the x has been eliminated. Now we come to the t. We have 5t from equation 3 minus 8t from equation 4, and that one will be what? -3t, right? So you write the -3t. So this one gives us -3t left, equal to, we have 5 minus 4. It becomes what? Positive. So we have what? 9. So we have 9 here. So we have -3t equal to 9. Now we don't want -3t, we want t. So what we're going to do is we divide each side by the number multiplying the t, right? Now -3 divides -3, this will go, left with what? T equal to 9 divided by -3 give us what? -3. So we have t is equal to what? -3. Now that we've been able to find t, the next thing to do is you can decide to put t into any of the equations that you have to get the value of s, right? So let's take it as we are putting t into equation 1. So we have putting t, which is equal to -3 into equation 1, right? Good. So t is equal to -3. We are putting it into equation 1. And this is equation 1. 4s minus t equal to -1, right? So we write 4s minus t, which is equal to -1. So wherever you see t, you write what? -3. So we have 4x minus t is what? -3 equal to -1, right? So we have 4s minus will give us what? Positive, equal to -1. Now we group like this. We have 4x equal to -1 is here already, and we are sending the +3 to, when it comes here, to be what? Negative. So we have -3. 4s is equal to -1 minus 3 will give us what? -4. Now we want s. We don't want 4s. So we divide this side by 4, and we do the same thing to this side. So 4 divides 4, we'll be left with what? 1. Multiplying s is what? S, which is equal to -4 divided by 4 is what? -1. So now we have the values as s is equal to -1, and then t is equal to what? -3. So we've had the values for s and t. Now back to our question. We were told to find the value of t minus s, right? So what you're going to do is, after you have finished getting the values, we write our t minus s, which is equal to, in place of t, we write what? -3. So we have -3 here. Minus, in place of s, we write what? -1. So -3, we have -3 here, minus, so it's what? +1, right? And that one is equal to -3 plus 1 give you what? -2. So the final value is what? -2. So t minus s produces -2 when two equations, 4s minus t plus 1 equal to 0, and then 2t minus 5s plus 1 equal to 0, are given.